the rap battle that transformed my business. 10 years ago, I saw a rap battle video that absolutely transformed my business. It was actually a parody video between two historic figures, John Maynard Keynes and Friedrich Hayek. If you haven't heard of them, that's okay. They are early 20th century economists with very different ideas about how economics works. Well, I was so taken with this really different way of thinking that I began to study the field of economics at an amateur level, and yet it began to transform the way that I think and the way that I do business. Well, how is that? The reality is that economics is not what many of us think, but at its core, economics is the science of decision making. Because see, our economies are made up of billions and trillions of individual decisions made by people and families and governments and corporations. But then when you add them all up, it becomes the decisions that affect societies, that affect global markets, that affect countries. What I wanted to do and what I want to encourage you to do is to start to learn to think like an economist. And an economist, first of all, realizes something that this guy Friedrich Hayek said many, many times, which is that the curious task of economics is to demonstrate to people how little they really know about what they imagine they can design. And we live in a world where people are really trying to shape and control and design our economy. And yet the truth is that we cannot even really understand what it is that drives all the different individual decisions that go into our economy. But here's the other reason I want you to think like an economist. Because an economist looks not just at the facts, but then understands the meaning behind them and interprets them. And as you think about your business and the business decisions that you have to make, I want you to make them based off of real information and not just off of what you think the information means or what you feel like it means. I want you to be able to coach and consult your clients and customers so that they can start to make decisions based on economic realities. We've got some great resources for you. I'm going to put a link in the comments below that's going to have a document that has resources to the rap video so you can watch that, but also to a couple resources I recommend. The first is a book called Economics in One Lesson. The other three resources I want to give you are podcasts that you should start listening to. Start with the podcast Freakonomics, based off the best-selling book that came out a few years ago. They tackle all kinds of different topics, from how likely are people to write thank you notes, down through why restaurants succeed and fail. The other is Econ Talks with Russ Roberts, really brilliant conversations each week. And the third one is my dark horse recommendation, is the McIlvaney Weekly Commentary. And they often have kind of the contrarian view, the opposite view of what's going on in the newspapers. And so they're really fun to listen to and hear their thinking as they think like economists. This is how a rap battle changed my business, and how I think it can change your business as well as you begin to learn to think like an economist.